Hello, everyone. As the night falls and your room grows quiet, Silent Archives opens once again. Tonight's tale is not just to be heard, it's to be remembered. But before we begin, tell us, where are you watching from? Comment your country, or better yet, your time zone if you're brave enough to listen in the dark. Now, get comfortable, dim the lights, and let the story take you. Number 1, Albert Fish. Albert Fish was an American criminal who gained the nickname the Boogeyman. Born on May 19th, 1870, he was known for committing violent acts and claimed to have harmed children in multiple states. He was investigated in connection with 5 cases and confessed to 3. His arrest followed the 1928 disappearance of Grace Budd, which ultimately led to his execution. Fish's family had a deep history of psychological disorders. His uncle experienced manic episodes. His siblings had psychiatric issues, and his mother often reported vivid delusions. After the death of his father, Fish was placed in an orphanage where he suffered frequent mistreatment. Later, he spent time working in New York City under questionable circumstances. His mother eventually arranged a marriage for him, and he fathered 6 children. Fish's interests became darker after a romantic partner brought him to a museum where he saw a medical exhibit. This sparked his obsession with bodily harm. He admitted to injuring a disabled companion, gave him $10, kissed him goodbye, and never heard from him again. In 1917, his wife left him and their children. Afterward, Fish claimed to experience visions and said religious figures told him to carry out violent actions. Despite his behavior, it's believed he never harmed his own children. Fish confessed to the Grace Budd case in a disturbing letter to her mother, describing how he lured Grace with false promises. That letter led to his arrest and execution in Ossining, New York, in 1936. Number 2, the Friedmans. Arnold and Jesse Friedman, a father and son, were convicted of serious crimes involving minors. Their story became widely known after the release of an HBO documentary. It all began in 1987, when a suspicious magazine ordered by Arnold was intercepted by the U.S. Postal Service, leading to an investigation. Arnold taught computer classes to kids at his home, and authorities suspected that misconduct occurred during these sessions. While some children described inappropriate activities, others denied witnessing anything unusual. The documentary suggested that the investigation may have taken the form of a moral panic. As the case unfolded, the family recorded numerous home videos. Arnold's wife believed he was guilty and urged him to take responsibility to protect their son. She eventually divorced him. Arnold admitted to wrongdoing involving minors, but insisted nothing had happened during the classes. The family believed his confession was an effort to help Jesse. Jesse later admitted to 2 counts of misconduct, but said he only confessed to receive a reduced sentence. He also claimed to have been a victim of his father's abuse. Arnold later took his own life in prison, naming Jesse the beneficiary of his insurance policy. Jesse served 13 years before being released in 2001, continuing to seek exoneration. The documentary was nominated for an Academy Award in 2003. Number 3, H.H. Holmes. H.H. Holmes, born in 1861, is one of the earliest known serial offenders in U.S. history. He may have been responsible for as many as 200 deaths, His crimes often took place in his self-constructed hotel near the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago. Raised in a religious farming family, Holmes was highly intelligent, which made him a target of bullying. He traced his fascination with death to an early incident in school where classmates forced him to confront a skeleton. Fear soon turned into obsession. Holmes married and had a child. While in medical school, he began stealing bodies, disfiguring them, and faking accidental deaths to collect insurance. After separating from his wife, he moved frequently and had difficulty maintaining steady employment. He eventually settled in Chicago, bought a pharmacy, and made a fortune selling healing water. With the profits, he built a hotel across the street, one later dubbed a real-life house of horrors. Holmes murdered staff and guests alike, using gas lines installed in the rooms to control victims at will. He was finally caught due to his own scheming. After a failed insurance fraud plot involving a former cellmate, the accomplice went to authorities. Police searched Holmes's hotel and uncovered damning evidence. Holmes was convicted of killing Benjamin Pittezel, an accomplice in the insurance scam, and was executed in 1896. Number 4. Cropsey began as a spooky urban legend in Staten Island, New York. A story about a deranged figure with a hook who abducted children and dragged them into abandoned buildings. But in the 1970s, the legend became real when a homeless drifter named Andre Rand was linked to several child disappearances. Rand once worked as a janitor at a school for children with special needs. In the 1980s, 4 children vanished in the area. Their remains were never recovered. In 1987, Jennifer Schweiger, a young girl with Down syndrome, went missing. Her body was eventually found near Rand's campsite. Though evidence was limited, Rand was convicted of first-degree abduction in 1988 and sentenced to 25 years in prison. A documentary titled Cropsey explored the myth, the community's grief, the unsolved cases, and the real-life man at the center of the mystery. Number 5. Michael Perry. In October 2001, Michael Perry and Jason Aaron Burkett went for a joyride after taking 2 cars from a friend's parents. The night ended in 3 deaths. Perry hid in Sandra Stotler's laundry room to steal her car and shot her when she resisted. He and Burkett then dumped her body in a lake. Later, Perry tricked Adam Stotler and his friend into driving to the woods by claiming someone needed help. Once there, he shot both of them. Though Perry led police to the bodies, he claimed his confession came while high and after being mistreated during questioning. In his final days, he expressed regret, particularly toward his adoptive parents, and spoke of his troubled past. Perry was executed in 2010 for Sandra Stotler's murder. Burkett received a life sentence for the other 2 killings. No clear motive was ever found, just a stolen car and a night that turned deadly. Share your story below. You're not alone. Subscribe to Silent Archives and turn on notifications. We have more stories waiting, ones we haven't dared to tell yet. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and above all, stay brave.